Hello there and welcome back to the colony with Man of the Ants. So we're going to do a quick video today. If you are on the Discord or you follow any social media, you might have seen that I put a message up saying that I was too drunk to record a video last night. And there probably wouldn't be one today. But then something wonderful happened. So I thought what I'd do is, before work, I'd record a quick video. Hello. Showing you how I rescued the Cyclops. So last night when I came home from having a few drinks out, which I probably shouldn't have done, but there we go, I thought I'd have a quick go at rescuing the Cyclops. And something quite interesting happened when I got close to the Cyclops, which you will see momentarily. That happened. Now I came over here with the propulsion cannon out with something attached to it, I think a mushroom, an acid mushroom attached to it, ready to ping it at the Cyclops and try and hit it out of the sky. And obviously I didn't need to do that because it just fell down of its own accord, which was wonderful. And I thought, that's amazing. All I need to do now is get into the thing, which is a little tricky because it's quite low down. But all I need to do is get into it. Come on now. Come on now. You'll notice I'm using the mouse and keyboard rather than the VR as well, which there's a reason for that, which you will see in a moment. What did he say? No idea. So anyway, so I came up here very excited, thinking I didn't have to do anything at all, and I went to pilot sub, and I turned the engine on, and I waited for that to finish its little cycle. What's the fish bobbing out of the ocean? Is that just something that happens more in standard, non-VR mode? Or maybe I just see it. Look at that, there's loads of them. So anyway, Cyclops is going, and nothing. Even if we put it onto full power mode, nothing happens. It is completely stuck, which was a little disappointing. So I tried a few things at this point. I tried... Where's the... Did I just go the wrong way? I absolutely did. I tried going and getting the Seamoth and hitting the Cyclops off of where it is. I tried, the other thing I tried, and the other thing which actually sort of made even close to a bit of difference, was if we pop back in, it's gone dark again. That was a very short day. I tried getting into the prawn suit. Have I got to go all the way up for that? I have. And I'll show you what happens if I get into the prawn suit. And at first I thought this was going to be my saving grace. So we get into the prawn suit. And it bounced. And I was like, ooh, if I can just get out to do that a few times, we'll be sorted. And I can bounce it around a little bit with the prawn suit. And it's actually bouncing around a bit more. I didn't have this option to go underneath it last time. It's actually moved a little differently to how it did before. So maybe I'll be able to do this a different way. Maybe just about. Certainly going to be able to get back in it, I'd have thought. Yeah. So that's what I tried doing for a little bit last night, was just bouncing the prawn suit around and trying to get it unstuck that way. Which, if we go outside and have a quick look, I imagine has not happened. No, it is still firmly stuck in exactly the same position. So, what to do. So what I had to do in the end was I took to the Steam community forums. I did go to the Subnautica forums, but because I've not made an account or posted there before, I'd have to wait a full day and also post somewhere else before I could make a topic, which is a little frustrating when they do that. I understand it's to combat spam, but on the other hand, as someone who has an issue with the game, I don't want to wait a day, and I probably should have done it a while back, I guess, is probably the immediate response you should have had there. So I took to the Steam forums, and what they showed me, what some wonderful person, I'm actually going to have to alt-tab out of the game, if I can, and find this wonderful person's name. Let's have a quick look. Boom Headshot. Boom Headshot with a 3 and a 4 and a dollar. Excuse me. So I put a post on saying, blah, 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 I got it stuck, blah, and it gets stuck when it's stuck in the sky, stuck on the ground, all sorts of stuck. He said, try spawning the terraformer and dig the Cyclops out. The terrain changes revert after restarting the world. I had no idea what that meant at the time. I didn't know there was a terraformer. I don't know why I'd have to spawn it in. So I had a little bit of a look around on the old interwebs, and the terraformer was a tool, an item, that existed early on in the game's development, which they took out for reasons of incompatibility, maybe? What was that sound? Did someone just explode? Lots of things on the surface of the water today. How bizarre. So, this is the reason I am in standard mode rather than VR mode. To get the terraform ring, because it's been removed from the game, you have to use the developer console, which you, as you recall, if you looked at the comments of the last video, I was considering doing to get the Cyclops down using like a, I can't remember what to call it now, but like essentially a no clip to go above it and push it back down into the ocean, which I didn't need to do, but I still need to use the developer console to get the terraform out. So we need to press F3, which brings up this wonderful menu here. So at the top there, you can see you can enable the console by disabling the disable console option. To get to that, because you don't have a mouse cursor, you have to press the F8, the report button. And I did also report the Cyclops issue through this as well. But it gives you very little, 190 characters, less than less than Twitter does these days, which is pointless. I didn't even put my email in, so I didn't even see that. So anyway, we can enable the console by doing that, hitting F3 and F8 again. And then if you hit the good old console button, oh, it is down there. It was coming up. I was just being stupid and not seeing it. So the good old console button, the one next to the 1 key. It's not the tilde key in the UK. It's something a little different. I don't know what you'd even call it. And you just type in item terraformer. Boom. And then in our inventory, we have this mystery new item. Ooh. What does it do, you ask? Well, it terraforms. So if we bind that to our slot. Now at this point, I was thinking, well, we're sorted now. We just need to dig a little hovel out, reverse it out, because there's a bit more space behind it. Excuse me. And we will be absolutely fine. I was quite excited. I thought this was a guaranteed fix immediately. But there is a mild problem, which you will see in a second. So anyway, to terraform, you just point it at something and you press the button and it does that. It did say something about holding down shift. Does it go and pop up again? Oh, shift drag to excavate material. Is that because you need to have material in your inventory to... I don't know. Anyway, so I was holding down shift and doing it yesterday, but it looks like you don't actually need to do that. So, what we do now is we just dig out some space, and now Boom Headshot did say this would all revert once we are done here. So, although we are removing it at the moment, it shouldn't stay gone. So this is where the problem sort of arrives. So we've deleted all the land around here, but you can see the engine is still stuck on this plant. Now if it was just the acid mushrooms, we could pick those up, but it's not just the acid mushrooms, is it? It's this little seaweedy thing as well. I'm not used to the keyboard controls, just bear with me. So we can take that one, we can take that one. Oh, that does actually get it down. Okay. Didn't realise that last time. So we'll grab a few more of these to get them out of the way, I think. The other major issue, which that side wasn't too much of a problem, this side was actually the major problem, which has kind of resolved itself now that I've removed the mushrooms. This is actually working a little differently to yesterday. So the problem I had was that this engine here, the left-hand port engine, was stuck on this coral tube. And I excavated all around the coral tube. So it was much like the mushrooms floating in midair. The problem was, though, of course, that the engine was stuck on the coral tube. And because the coral tube's so big and unwieldy and also has this lovely dip shape to it, I really struggled to get the Cyclops off it. So this is basically what I did. So I spent a bit of time just getting rid of a huge chunk of terrain all around it, digging out a proper little channel for it. And ended up with it doing sort of like it's doing at the moment. Just floating in midair because a part of it is stuck either on that plant over there. Or maybe that is just No, it is stuck because it's at a weird angle, look. So something is stuck somewhere at the back because it's leaning up towards the back of the craft. Is it maybe that's not stuck on it? I'm not too sure what it's stuck on, and it must be this plant stuff over here. It's the only thing that's close to it. So it's got stuck on the plant there. Although the engine does seem to have... I'm not going to cause us a problem. What if that slid underneath it and now we can't go above that as well? So anyway. What are you doing? What are you doing? Well, that's something else. I did realise that one of the slightly bigger fish hit the Cyclops when I was playing around yesterday and moved it a little bit. So I was considering bringing in the grav trap and putting it nearby and hoping that enough fish hitting into it would knock it off course. All sorts of, quite honestly, stupid ideas, which would be very much down to random chance and luck, which are kind of the same thing now that I said that out loud. So, we've dug ourselves out a wonderful little channel. So now if we board the Cyclops, go upstairs, hopefully what we'll find when we turn the engine on is that we are actually able to move the Cyclops, and it's just got enough water underneath it to move. Yes. Now this is where I ended up yesterday, where it was moving, but it's now getting stuck on those little bits of terrain that are nearby. And it looks like this might be a little easier. Yes, looks like we've basically done it, haven't we? Excellent. Excellent. And there we go. The Cyclops is free. That's all it took. So it's health... Oh, it's not free. I lied. Now it's free. Perfect. Oh, still not quite there. Still not quite... Ooh. It's dodgy. It's dodgy. But there we go. Yeah, it is basically free now. So we're going to take this long route around this little shallow here because I don't want to run the risk of anything stupid happening. Probably bash into a few fish, I'm guessing, on the way. I'm assuming that's what that was. And we're going to park it here over this nice deep bit of water so that it's not going to ping itself off into anything. Like a stupid, stupid submarine. We're going to just pop above the surface of the water a little bit, so we've got like a nice little view. And there we go, the Cyclops is now free. Are these things growing? Oh, they are growing. Sweet. Get in there. Awesome. So we have the prawn suit on board, we have the Cyclops free. Let's just go downstairs and take a look at it in all its glory. Well, the Nautilus, of course. I should be calling it the Nautilus, shouldn't I? Is that at a weird angle? Am I at a weird angle? No, it's just me at a weird angle. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. It's fitting along that nice little curved wing bit nicely, isn't it? So there we go. We have freed the Cyclops from the clutches of the evil, evil sky. In a slightly different manner to what I was expecting beforehand. Was not expecting to have to do that at all. But there we go. It is done. So I just thought I'd do a quick little video to show you how I freed it, just in case anyone else has that issue or similar issues where they get the Cyclops stuck. Hopefully that helped one or two people out at some point. I'm just going to drink some water. And I guess I should probably also eat some food. Because everything is horrible at the moment. So I keep pressing I to get to the inventory. Crazy me.
Stabilizing.
So let's eat some food quickly. The other reason I thought I would do a video on rescuing the Cyclops rather than a proper video was because, quite honestly, I have no idea what to do at the moment. It's been a few weeks since I played, because obviously I went away and got married and all that good stuff. So I don't remember what I said. If anything, I said I would do last time I recorded. Because last time I recorded, the Cyclops got stuck. So my immediate mission after coming back in was to just get the Cyclops unstuck, which obviously we've now achieved. So I'm not entirely sure what our goal is at the moment. So what I thought, because the only thing really, we've got all the important stuff. And we've got the Cyclops, got the prawn suit, so you can do a bit of exploring with the prawn suit. Although I'm not too sure where, unless the radio is going off, which we haven't checked for a little while. No, the radio's not going off. So I suppose we'll have to have a look through our PDA next time and see if there's anything that we've missed in terms of... What's the word I'm looking for? Gassy survivors? No. No. Codes and clues? No, so we've done all of those. They've all been read and everything. There are the alien facility locations, actually. We haven't done those two, have we? That one's quite deep as well, so yes. That's something we could do. Maybe we'll do that. So remind me. I don't know how you remind me, but remind me, next time we record, what we're going to do is we're going to go up to the alien facility locations, because I think we've done all of these. I think one of the hangars in the Aurora we didn't go into, but no one's mentioned it. I think this one here. No one's mentioned it, so I don't think it's too important. Giant robot cabin one, yeah, we did that as well. So yeah, I think it's just the alien facility locations, which are quite deep. So we might need to get some upgrades for the prawn suit and possibly the Cyclops before we can go to those depths. Because that, I think, is deeper than we've ever gone before, isn't it? We've hit like 500-600-ish. That's about all we've done, though. So that is quite amazing. Quite how we're going to find this as well. That's not so bad. Southwest of enforcement platform. We know what that is. That's, I think, a shot us out of the sky. We know where that is. That's pretty much the direction I'm facing, I think, isn't it? But inside an extensive natural rock formation in an area of intense volcanic activity. Yeah, that's going to be a tricky one. That's going to be a tricky one to find. So anyway, we now have something we can do, and it's nighttime again. Perfect. Because the only other thing we can do, of course, is we can actually start building like the launch platform to get off this cursed planet. So let's pop over very quickly. I do need to leave for work in about 60 seconds, and I'm not yet properly dressed, so it's going to have to be quite quick. If we take a look at the vehicle bay, the Neptune escape rocket, the launch platform, so we can do that. We could build that launch platform. So those are the two things we need to start doing next in Subnautica. We need to build the launch platform for Neptune, and we need to start looking for these alien facilities, which I guess maybe that's why I haven't had that many radio messages pop up. I need to start actually doing some of the stuff that I've already got left there. So there we go. That's what we're going to do next time. Now we have the Cyclops back. I might be too scared to take it out anywhere, but there we go. So I hope you've enjoyed this little look at Subnautica and how to rescue your pesky Cyclops once it gets stuck. Hopefully that'll help you if it gets stuck in the sky, or if you manage to get it just stuck on terrain. Which I imagine is probably a bit more common than it just flicking 50 meters into the air and just suspending itself in the middle of the sky. So if you get close to it, it looks like gravity, it's sort of what people were saying, that if you just get an item near to it, like if you hit it with an item with the propulsion cannon, maybe that will rejig the physics and it'll suddenly realise that it should be falling towards the ocean, which is exactly what happened when I got close to it. So that worked a treat. Getting stuck on the ground, I suspect, is a bit more common a problem with the Cyclops. So if you do get it stuck on the ground, there is hope. You can use the terraformer to get it off. There may be other ways as well, but I couldn't really find anything in my quick searching. And the first thing someone suggested on the Steam forums was to use the terraformer, which worked brilliantly. That may disable achievements for you because you've enabled the developer console, which I'm actually going to turn off now just in case something silly happens. Like I managed to press it in the middle of an important moment. Even though I don't use the keyboard, so it's probably not going to be a problem, is it? But there we go. So you may disable achievements doing that. It doesn't usually, when you enable something like that, the game pops up and says, oh, if you use any of these features, you will be in a developer mode and no longer eligible to receive achievements for the game, or something like that. What is this fish doing here, look? What is this fish doing here? Oh, he's fixed himself. The fish do seem to be a little broken this video. I really do. Just all over the place. So yes, hopefully that'll help some of you get your Cyclops unstuck if you get it stuck. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have enjoyed seeing me heroically rescue my Cyclops, please do click the like button. It is really appreciated. Sorry it's a bit of a shorter video, but as I say, I got drunk. And it's entirely my fault. Shouldn't have done it, but I did. Got taken out by suppliers, by salespeople. And if you've ever been out with salespeople, they're wonderful to go out with because you don't spend a single penny and they just ply you with drinks and try and get you to buy their wares. So it was a wonderful evening, but probably a little bit ill-advised, I should say. So click the like button if you've enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course, if you have any questions or comments, or if they have any other suggestions on how the Cyclops could have been rescued from where it was, do let me know, because I'll be interested to know, even though I've got it rescued now, we'll be interested to see any other suggestions you've got. Don't forget, we're streaming Wednesday at 6 PM. We're doing Kingdom Come and Deliverance now, so come along and say hello there. We'll be starting off a new series for the Jurassic World Evolution game, and that comes out next week, I believe. And also we're going to probably be doing a bit of a special stream when the Crew 2 comes out, because I'll probably get the 3-day early access. So I'm considering doing a midnight stream for that. So maybe that'll happen as well. So keep an eye on the channel, keep an eye on the social media network to see what's going on. Not very good at posting actual channel news on social media, but I'm trying to get better. So that sort of thing I will probably put up there, so keep an eye out. Otherwise, I will see you next time in Subnautica. Excuse me, Subnautica even. Subnautica. Oh, beautiful sunrise. Wonderful. I will see you next time in Subnautica, where we're going to go hunting for alien facilities and trying to get the Neptune launch platform built. And thank you very much for joining me.